Your manager this evening, and your hat-trick hero next to you as well. Was that almost the perfect evening of football for Lincoln City?
I think it was definitely up there. There were so many factors that were against us tonight. We've got two sort of left backs and a defensive midfield player on the bench, and you're thinking, you hope you don't have to make too many substitutions this evening. Obviously, we had to make 3 because of various things, but listen, we've shown a bit of quality at times on a really difficult surface. I don't know what was going on before the game, but obviously they were flooding it. It's shown us respect, I suppose, before the game to flood it, so we couldn't pass it as well as we wanted to. But the character that they've shown, and then, like I say, a little bit of quality at the right time. If anything, I'm being probably a little bit Scroogey, and I said it to the players, with a little bit more care, we go and win 5, 6, 7, and we want to do that, and we want to get better, and we will do. But you got to realise, I think that's our first back-to-back wins this season, and it's been too long coming. But for us to do it against 2 good sides, different sides in Oxford and Sunderland, not bad for little old Lincoln.
And you must be really pleased with how your players put your tactics in play today, with letting the defenders have the ball, making sure when it gets forward, the midfielders and the front players don't have any of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they work the wide players coming off the line at times. Diamond did it in the first half a couple of times where we sort of got mixed up, but for the majority of the game, the fellas stuck to plan and allowed Flanagan and Doyle to play the ball into Stewart, and we knew that once we got the ball into Stewart, as long as we're competitive, I couldn't expect TJ and Regan and Max when they come on to win everyone, because he's a tough player to handle. But what I can do and expect is the players get round for the second and the third balls, and we did that for the majority of the game, and shown a bit of composure on the turnover, which was good.
The one, I suppose, negative is the penalty decision. Did you feel it was a penalty first off?
It looked harsh. It's difficult. Obviously, the angle I got from the picture I've just seen there, it looked a little bit harsh. As soon as it happened, I knew he was going to give it, because obviously the situation, the crowd, everything, and obviously giving us one a little bit earlier. So I knew he was going to give it. Josh was a little bit unfortunate not to sort of keep it out, and sometimes they can be good things from a character building point of view. Like I say, we'd won on Saturday, but we haven't put back-to-back wins together this year. So for us to sort of, deal with that little spell that they had after the penalty, and to come through it, shown quality, I've got to be happy.
I mean, there's a lot of bookings tonight for your team, but I guess that's almost what you wanted from your side, wasn't it? To show that commitment and desire and get up amongst them. Yeah,
well, I watched sort of 3 games prior to this. Teams coming here just recently. Out of respect, I won't mention the teams, but a few teams got blew away, and I think they got blew away by being a little bit passive and not really getting about Sunderland and being competitive. And I just felt the only way that we're going to sort of really come here and win the game, and we felt that we could win the game, was being really competitive, and I thought we were, and tackles were going in when they needed to from certain players in the team who you wouldn't expect it as well, or certainly it's not their sort of forte. From that point of view, we've got to be happy with, first and foremost, how we competed, and then showing a bit of quality at the right time.
A little bit of difficulty at the end, I think. A little bit of it all got a bit heated, didn't it, in the moment? What actually happened there? Because it just seemed like a big scuffle between everyone.
Yeah, it was something of nothing really, but I think it was just a little bit of a cheap shot from Doyle on Luis Fiorini, which I think might be our teammates, aren't they, from City? But yeah, I thought it was a poor one from Doyle really, because it's a good job Luis seen it coming. It's a good job Luis seen it coming, because it was a really, really dangerous tackle. How he's not been sent off, I never know. But listen, he's a young kid, he's learning. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, it wasn't great. And then obviously I know they got involved a little bit, and a few of our players got involved. I think I'll leave it to authorities and people to make their mind up and make decisions on what should and shouldn't happen. But from our point of view, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I was delighted. It's just one player looking after his mate and his teammate, and rightly so.
And is that what you've seen a bit more from your players? It was always going to be difficult as a young squad when things are going bad to pull it around, but just now fighting for one another and realising what it means to be playing men's football and playing in a difficult league with a team that can be the underdog.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any bigger stage than it was tonight. I don't know how many was here, but there was a decent amount here tonight, and we had a little bit of a feel of it. The lads who've been here for a while with me last year, with the 10,000 that were allowed in for the playoff, I must admit, it was one of them where, coming into the game tonight, did I know, or did I think the lads would handle it? I didn't know. That was what I was hoping for, and I got the answer, which was really good, because we've got some other big away games coming up in the coming sort of weeks and months. So for them to handle that and be competitive and look after each other and back each other up when they needed to was really pleasing.
A couple of things to wrap up from earlier on. Anthony Scully missing today, but nothing long term, not to be expected.
No, I hope not. I mean, it was Anthony's decision. Obviously, he was just a little bit sore from the weekend. We're hoping he's going to be fine for Saturday. He just had a little bit of puffiness and swelling around the knee. I think that's to be expected with most knee injuries. So, hopefully we can get him in a position where he's available for Saturday.
And Lewis Montsma, any scan been done yet on his injury?
No, he's still got quite a bit of swelling on it. He's had the game ready, the ice machine with him constantly, over the last 24, 48 hours and beyond. And I think scan for Lewis will probably more Thursday or Friday at best. And then obviously once we have that, we'll be able to give you a bit more info.
Transfer-wise, lots of rumours online linking you with Cullen from Swansea. You've got a bit of a smile on your face at the moment. Is there anything happening there?
Oh, you don't ask me them questions, Rob. Put it this way, if he's not at the training ground on Thursday, I'll be shocked. Yeah.
And obviously, you talked this week about wanting to get 3 or 4 in, and you're starting to piece the puzzle together. Yeah,
definitely. I think. Liam won't be the last one that'll come in, I can assure you of that. So, hopefully that answers your question.
And is that I can see the smile on your face there. It just must be nice to get some bodies in the building. We've seen tonight, I think you said pretty much you were one player away from getting this game called off. Just to get some people in through the door and to also, as you've talked about, not just wanting to bring them in as cover to actually strengthen the 11. Yeah,
definitely, because, you look at the rest of the month and the games that we've got. I think we've got 4 or 5 games left this month. In February there's at least 7, which is it's going to be one hell of an effort from the players. So you can't play the same team through all those games, 12, 13, 14 games. You need to rotate and give players a rest at the right time, and we'll play different teams with different styles where different people will be needed. So that was the importance of bringing players in.
Is it a day off for the players tomorrow?
Certainly is, and they won't be doing much Thursday. I mean, like I say, there'll be definitely one coming in the building on Thursday, hopefully at least one more, and then if we can finish that off by at least another, maybe 2, dependent on obviously the Lewis situation, and obviously we'll find out a little bit more info on Liam Briggs' Cut's injury as well. That might be something we need to look at.